This is Richard Friend, Ricardo Amigo Real Estate Rare, coming to you from Jazamango's restaurant in Todos Santos. This is a famous restaurant, well known for its culinary menu and changing menus. Its owner, Javier Plasencia, and today we've got Perla Garnica Duarte, Marina Garnica Duarte, and we're going to talk about Gastrovino and the Gastrovino Festival that's coming up on November 10th through the 13th. We're going to talk about the origin of Gastrovino, how it got started, who's kind of part of the group, and kind of who's sponsoring it. And one of the reasons we're bringing you here from Jazamango's is that they are also a sponsor and a participant in the Gastrovino Festival. So I'm going to get right into it. I'm going to start with Perla because you're kind of the founder of the Gastrovino Festival. Not kind of, you are the founder of the Gastrovino Festival.
Thank you, Richie.
And I want to know kind of like, what was the idea or the inspiration behind Gastrovino? And in the matter, I know we haven't had Gastrovino in 2 years, is that correct, with
right.
COVID? So this is the first year it's back. I'm sure it's going to be bigger than ever because when we left off in 2020, I think there were, what, 5,000 people that attended?
No, through the course of the entire weekend, we had over 1,500 people.
15, sorry.
Yeah, but believe me, we had no space for anybody else.
Yeah.
It was sold out.
So why don't you talk about the origin and inspiration behind Gastrovino?
Well, years ago in 2012, I was a little bit more involved with wine distribution, specifically Mexican wines. And I was going a lot to Valle de Guadalupe and just being very inspired by the festivals that they do there. And when I came back to Todos Santos, I was like, we have to have our own wine festival. Like, this town already had a few festivals going on, like the Film Festival, the Art Festival that was very popular back then, the walking tours for garden and artists. And I was like, I mean, we don't have a wine festival that can be tied in with food as well, because this town is so foodie, right? I mean, the offer, the gastronomical offer is huge. So that was the inspiration. Like, if they can do festivals like this other places, Todos Santos is a community that deserves its own food and wine festival as well.
So that's the other thing. I'd like to say Gastrovino Festival is a combination of Mexican and predominantly Baja wines that also blend in with local cuisine. So we're dealing with local restaurants, not just like high-end restaurants. We're talking about taquerias, food trucks. Even I've seen food trucks over the years here. And so restaurants from Cabo, La Paz, and most importantly from Todos Santos and Pescadero. Do you want to mention, Marina, some of the people participating in this year's Gastrovino Fest, like some of the restaurants that are participating?
Of course, yes. I'm very excited to tell you about all of the new restaurants participating. From La Paz, we have La Femme. We have oysters from Playa Azul.
Sol Azul.
Sol Azul, pardon. We have also Hector Palacios restaurant. And we have Tres Vírgenes. They've been part of the festival for a long time now. Here in Todos Santos, we have a lot going on. Mostly all of the restaurants that are not exactly located in the downtown area. Starting from north, we have Poke Loco, Estelle and Floran, Petite Madame. We have Tacoteca, of course, Oystera, Casa Tota, Tregallin. What else we have? We have Mejibo,
Gallo Azul, Romántica, Tiki Santos, one of our new favorites. We have La Siempre Viva, brand new restaurant in Pescadero. And we have, of course, Paradero Hotel, and also the new renovated Rancho Pescadero Hotel will be participating. Agricole, Cocina de Campo.
La
Those-
Siempre Viva, new restaurant too.
That's in
Correct.
Pescadero, right?
Yes.
Yep.
Right.
And we might have a restaurant from Cerritos too this year. It will be the first year. From Cabo San Lucas, we just confirmed Outpost and also Milky Beach.
So how many participants, including restaurants and wineries, do we actually have this year at Gastrovino?
We have confirmed 24 restaurants just for the main event, which is Sunday. But we also have all of our favorite local restaurants participating between Friday and Saturday. It's about another 20 restaurants. So there's over 44 during the weekend, plus the special events that we're having. And then wineries, we have 20 confirmed, all from Valle de Guadalupe this year.
So we're going to talk about the logistics of the festival, because as it is a 3-day event, Perla and Marina are going to talk about kind of like what day is covering what. I know Jazamango, you said, is going to be one of the hosts for one
Correct.
of the special events, and we'll get into that. But I want to talk, and I think it's really important to speak. It's not just the promoting of wines and food. That's the majority of it. The part that I love about Gastrovino always has been giving back to the community and making sure that the community has participation. And you've done that in the form of kind of like nonprofit organizations from this area that are actually benefiting from Gastrovino. Can you please talk about that?
Yeah, of course. That's my favorite aspect of the festival. Since we started planning this for the first time, we knew that there was an area of opportunity to give money back to the community. And the first year, we did La Palapa Society. And now, 10 years later, we're back to do La Palapa Society. They're going to be the benefit organization of this year. But every year it's been a different one. We have worked with Padrino Children Foundation, with the Internado en La Cachora. We have worked with DIF. And what we do is, with the help of the community and local business owners, we get a fantastic list of items that we auction during the festival. And from the first year till the last one that we have done it, we have raised over 63,000 US dollars that have gone back to the community.
That's great. I mean, I myself, like with our company Rare, we're a proud sponsor of Gastrovino. We've participated in the past in helping out. I should mention that I have the privilege of Perla and Marina work with Rare. So part of my participation is also going through the Gastrovino experience with them, because either they're like huddling in the office and talking about it, or they take time off and they do their thing. So the one thing I want to do is, Marina, if you can run us through, talk to us about how does someone buy a ticket, and what does that look like as far as what is their, like, did they get a glass? Do they get food for free? Is it part, like, you get a ticket and you get a taste of a sample of something? What does it include? And what, like, are the events included? Run us through, like, what that is.
Great. So this is a very important part. Thank you for asking about that. This year we are doing online ticket sales, and also we do real ticket sales at different locations.
Paper tickets.
Paper tickets. So in La Paz, we are having our ticket sales spot at La Fábrica by 1240. In San Jose del Cabo, we have it at the shops. In
Palmilla.
Palmilla and Gallery Pez Gordo. And Cabo San Lucas, we have it at
The wine market.
the wine market. Here in Todos Santos, we'll have tickets available at Café La Perla, inside Plaza Amigos. And
Here.
And here in Jazamango too. We have different events, starting on Thursday,
November
10th. So historically, Gastrovino has been going on for 3 days only. But this year, we have an opportunity to partner up with this fantastic new location in Pescadero, which is Rancho Pescadero. So we open an earlier date for them, and we are doing a very special pairing dinner for 60 people only under their orchard garden, and it's very beautiful.
That's
And
a private event, is
that's-
that correct? Or that's the first 60?
Open to the public.
It's open to the public,
Mhm.
but it's very limited. Only 60
Okay.
guests will be.
Seats. I would like to mention that for that event, we have two wineries participating on the pairing dinner, Alchimia and Solar Fortuna.
Good. Then the next day, on Friday, we start the festivities at Plaza Amigos with Gastro Tour. The first day of the Gastro Tour starts there. There is going to be a check-in station for everybody that wants a ticket or that already bought a ticket. The logistics or the mechanics of it will be that you get to the check-in table, you show your ticket or you get your reservation, and you get a map of the participating locations around the area in downtown. You get a glass for wine tastings and a bracelet. From there, you get to experience different restaurants in that area. Starting at Plaza Amigos, we're all gonna have fabulous food to taste and
Multiple
wineries.
tastings in Plaza
tastings.
Amigos.
It's gonna be a special deal in Plaza Amigos because there are so many different options of great food, entertainment. So that's a plus this year. And we're gonna have two wineries there to give away wine tastings to. From there, you can start walking around downtown on your own to all of the places that are going to be marked on your map. Or you can go on groups with one of the guides that we provide. At the end of that tour, we are going to be waiting for everybody at Oystera for the after party and also for a very special VIP party that we offer to sponsors and winemakers and special guests. Next day, it will be
The busiest day.
Actually, we're gonna have two events going on simultaneously in the morning, starting at 11 at Paradero with a Bacchanal winemakers brunch. We're gonna have two wineries there too, and it's gonna be Bruma.
No.
I'm sorry.
No,
What's that?
we're gonna have all the winemakers are going to be there actually, and the chef at Paradero is designing this like Bacchanal family style brunch with a very extensive menu. He says that he's not gonna kick anybody out of there, that people can stay as long as they want. With oysters, fruit, meat, pasta. There will be an abundance of
real
food
Bacchanal.
happening there, a real Bacchanal. Yeah, daytime.
Then simultaneously, we are gonna have the blind tasting contest going on in downtown.
And that's with Bruma.
And that is with Bruma. Yeah.
And where will that be?
That will be at a private mansion. And
Secret
See,
location.
Secret location.
We can
Ah.
tell you.
Don't tell
After
me.
the podcast.
After
Don't tell me.
So once you purchase your ticket for the blind tasting, which is gonna be a sensorial experience this year, guided by winemaker Lulu Martinez from Bruma Winery and sommelier Denise Tabizon. Once you purchase your ticket, you'll get the direction, the location. Mhm.
And then when's the festival itself? When will that take
Okay,
place?
well, on that same Saturday, we continue with activities.
Sorry.
We have the second part of the Gastro Tour, which will be starting at Casa Tota, and then from there, go around town and taste different food and wine.
From the
And
northern side of downtown.
And come back to Casa Tota for a great after party. We are closing the street. It's going to be a block party.
Wow.
Live music, entertainment. It's going to be fabulous. And that will close the Saturday festivities. And then on Sunday, traditionally is when we have our main event, and it's the Gastrovino Festival, which is going to be here in Jazamango grounds.
Oh, it's going to be here this
Yes.
year. Oh,
Right
okay.
here.
Wow. I didn't realize that. Okay.
And you know why? Because last time we did the festival, just before the pandemic, it was so crowded in the Plaza Pública, the Plaza del Pueblo. We couldn't fit more people, more exhibitors, and the parking was chaos too. We need to grow. Maybe
Yes.
we'll get to 5,000 people one day.
I'm sure. I'm
So
sure you will.
We're moving here with our very dear friend, Chef Javier Plasencia. He will be hosting in his restaurant, and we're super excited about that new addition.
Yes.
Great. So if someone wanted to show up on Sunday, let's say, can they come here and buy a ticket that day, do you think? Or are they better off buying in advance?
I highly recommend that they buy in advance because the last few years of Gastrovino, we sold out.
You've
Yeah.
sold out. Okay. And will there be entertainment at all venues or just Sunday? How is it going to be programmed? Will there be music or entertainment in some of the events?
Lots of entertainment, arts, performance,
music.
actions. Yeah.
Okay.
Here in Gastrovino and Jazamango, we're gonna have 3 different musicians, and we're gonna close up the party with DJ Tropicasa, who comes from Mexico City. But we also have some local bands like Hijos del Trópico, Parjazz, performing arts by Fabula Danza, the silent auction, and probably a flash mob too.
And so what about for people who aren't big wine drinkers but maybe want a beer? Is there anything can they get that here?
Great question, thank you. Yes, we have partnership with Baja Brewing, and that's the only beer that will be available at the festival. And we also provide drinking water for free for everybody during the festival because we want everybody to stay very hydrated.
So Waterways is gonna have a few water drinking stations.
So they're a purified
Purified
water
water.
system.
Purified water.
And Baja Brewing, which is a local brewery here, will be participant. They'll be the beer
The
participant.
official beer.
Correct. Can I mention something else that is very important to us is that we have a partnership too with Zero Waste Alliance, and no restaurant, nobody during the festival is allowed to bring any plastic. So this has been working out actually for the last few years already. Everybody comes with biodegradable and compostable plates and napkins, and even with some more creative ideas like serving their food in a piece of leaf. And just so everybody knows, don't bring your plastic water bottles.
No.
Thanks for mentioning that. I would also like to mention that, I've been attending the festival now for years since its onset. I don't drink wine, but you know what? I have a great time every year. I go around with a bottle of water. I meet different people. I meet friends and people that I've known for years. I get to taste culinary stuff. One thing I want to mention, this is not just like a festival it's a festival of wine and spirits and food, but it's an enjoyable community festival as well. And it's something I look forward to every year. The other thing I wanted to mention is that this Gastrovino, Todos Santos, has become it was known for art, and it still is. It's known for this laid-back, tranquil community. And now we've gotten into being a community of festivals, and we've become a real gastro destination. And in my opinion, the festival that you guys run has been the impetus of causing that food buzz that goes into Todos Santos. You guys highlighted some restaurants that were just up and coming, that were able to do taste at the beginning and show people what they were about. And in my opinion, the Gastrovino Festival kind of started that whole foodie town concept and contributed as well. You had mentioned the film festival. I should also mention the music festival, These are all festivals that have started where we've had some huge concerts and festivals like Gastrovino. And because of you guys, and I want to make sure you realize that what you've done for the community, it goes much more than this. There are people coming here and who have participated and come back and fell in love with this area because of a Gastrovino festival. And so, you know, as a local business owner, you know, with Rare, I benefit from that. And that's why I think it's great for me. Like, what is a real estate company sponsoring a wine? And, you know, because we benefit as a business from people coming, renting houses, buying houses, and just loving the community. More importantly, loving our community, right? Mm-hmm. We're showcasing our community, and you're doing that. And I want to make sure that you guys understand that, and I'm sure you do, the bigger picture that you've created here, you know? And so,
thank you.
This Gastrovino, it's become so big and so well organized. And because I remember when it first started, it was like kind of, well, who's doing this? What are you doing? What? And I remember because I kind of got the, like, you know, we need 60 copies now, you know. So now it's such a well-oiled machine. Do you want to shout out to some of the people that volunteer their time, that volunteer their services, and give to the Gastrovino Festival?
Thank you. Yes, I would love to do that. First, I want to say thank you to the core team of Gastrovino, that for years, since the early years, it's been a group of very dear friends. We're all girls.
It's a sisterhood.
It's a sisterhood, yeah. So thank you.
That they feel
thank you to my sister, number one here, but also to our friend Jess Flood, who is the event designer, and she has a background with experience organizing huge festivals in Napa and Sonoma in California. We also have Kate Chernin, amazing professional photographer with a huge trajectory. I mean, just go Google her. And they're both like a big part of the community now. They live here full time. We also have our good friend Jimena Garcia and our very good friend and sister too, Adriana Icaza. And that's the core team. But outside of that, we have so many other good friends and just people from the community who has been volunteering year after year. Really, we are like 150 volunteers. I couldn't mention everybody right now, but thank you to everybody who make it possible. And like you said at the beginning, we were like seriously printing tickets in your office. And it was, and we were all doing everything, you know, like from answering emails to go and put posters up with the tape and hanging banners in the post of downtown Todos Santos. Now we're way more organized than that. Everybody has a different role and everything works smoother.
Really, thank you so much for all the support and now officially being here with us and giving this word out to the public.
I think this is great. I also wanted to mention, as I mentioned earlier, Perla and Marina both work with Rare, my company, and I've had the privilege of having them both on. Marina was managing Plaza Amigos, and now she's become a full-time agent. And Perla has been working with Rare
since 2006.
Wow. I was going to say 15 years, almost 16 years now. And so what's great is that Perla has gone from working in administration to working as an agent to becoming like one of the top agents in the whole area. But when she came here, and this is reflective of the community, and I want to give kudos to you because you kind of, Perla was probably like the youngest person living in Todos Santos at that time
for like
working
2 years.
full time. I mean, she was like, she came up here from Cabo, and she's like, what am I doing? Who are all these old gringos that I'm around? And all of a sudden, Perla like captured the community. She captured the essence of Todos Santos, and all of a sudden the demographics started to change slowly. But now, when I look at Todos Santos and how it's grown and how the demographics have changed, I gotta say, like, you were there, and you kind of like, you were the start of this like young crowd coming to Todos because you saw the potential. You wanted to be outside of like Cabo, which is not a huge city, but a city environment. You wanted that peace and serenity that you get here. And you saw that and you said, I remember you opened an art gallery next door to Rare, and you were like, you know what? I need to do something because I need to make something like, and our relationship has grown And you've stayed with the company now almost 16 years. Marina, you've been now, how many years Plaza? And 3 years now since you've been here. And that's, that's the other thing. It's like, it makes rare that family environment that we've been through this. I've seen the change in you, going personally from your personal life on how it used to be and what it's like now.
Uh-huh.
And just also the change that you helped create in this community by creating a young atmosphere. I remember when Perla said to me, well, we got to put this up on Instagram. And I'm like, no, Facebook. It was
Facebook.
She's like, we got to put this on Facebook. You got to get a Facebook page. I'm like, who? I'm like, what? And so the fresh ideas, the stuff that you have brought, not just to Rare, but to the whole community, hats off to you and praise.
Thank you, Richie. I remember when I started working for you, somehow I was the expert on Excel sheets. In social media, just with Facebook.
Well, I want to just, how many people are we expecting this year? How many of you guys are expecting for the festival?
On the main event here at Jazamango ground, we expect minimum 1,200 people, but we're ready. Mm-hmm. We're ready for more.
and the nice thing about this, as I mentioned earlier, this hasn't happened in a couple of years, and I think just when the idea of putting out their Gastrovino's back, and when you guys started saying you announced this for November, mm-hmm. you could just feel like a relief,
yes.
We're finally coming into some normalcy, things are kind of evolving again, we're getting back to what the community is, So I think a lot of people are excited to share that, and I wish you the best of luck. I know it's going to take a lot of work. Hopefully you'll still participate in the Rare community, okay? And thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you. Thank you, Richie and Rare team.
Thank you, Rare.
And I just want to say again, these Rare conversations, these podcasts, they're going to be coming out a couple of times a month. This one will probably air right before the Gastrovino Festival. It'll probably air a couple of times on Spotify, on YouTube. Please also check out the Rare website and see what we're doing, because we're doing these podcasts for the community, for people visiting. It's going to be about business. It's going to be about stuff we spoke about today, community festivals and stuff like that. We'll get into different subject matters. If there's something you'd like to hear about, let us know and we'd be happy to do a podcast on it.
Cheers.
Cheers. And check out Gastrovino social media and Gastrovino website for more information.